Question 12 had 4 parts to the free response question. The data set. According to the World Almanac and Book of Facts 2004, the debt per capita for the years 1990 through 2001 gives the following scatter plot. Notice that debt per capita is on your y-axis, debt year is on your x-axis. Regression output gives the equation of the regression line as the predicted debt will equal negative 2.231 or negative 2,231,226 plus 1,128 times year, with r squared equaling 98.8%. A, what is the response variable? Keep in mind, response variable is what you are trying to predict. We put it on our y-axis as a model, so our response variable is the y value of debt per capita. Part B, what is the value of the correlation coefficient? So the common error would be to see r squared and use that value. But r squared is exactly what it is, the square of the correlation coefficient. So we need to find r by taking the square root of r squared, but recognize r squared needs to be used in its decimal form of 0.988. And this could come out to be a positive or a negative number. Because we see our slope of positive, we can use that principal square root, which would be positive 0.994. And that's our value of correlation. And you can see it's a strong positive correlation that models well with our picture. Letter C, explain in context what the slope of the least squared regression line means. So I've started my statement here to say each year, on average, and that's a key piece because it is calculated from the means of both variables, the debt per capita is predicted to. Well, we need to find that slope. That slope value is right here, positive 1,128. So it is predicted to increase, here's the positive part, by 1,128 per year. Include that on average statement, though, anytime you are talking about a regression model, either in the beginning of the statement or at the end, to verify that you are not making an exact prediction of that's exactly how much money the debt per capita would increase. Part D, explain in context of keeping in mind the two variables themselves and what they represent, what the proportion of variability equals and represents. So proportion of variability is your r squared value. So I had to find its value, 98.8, which was given. Recognize we're talking about debt year, trying to predict debt per capita. And the statement's explanation could be written as 98.8% of the variability in debt per capita. This needs to be your response variable, your y variable, can be explained well by the use of debt year in this model. So the key would be to not say that we can predict exact values 98.8% of the time, but instead that it only explains the variability. That could be for every point, for just a few points along the way, but it's the amount of variability. Think of how you calculated r squared by looking at the total error in reference to if we had only worked with the mean.